When I started this channel, it was in large part because I like to modify Leatherman tools. Turns out I am not the only one, and if you do some searching, you will find some amazing makers of add-ons for Leatherman Multitools. And today I have a new company to share with you that is making some pretty awesome ones. Let's go ahead and get started. Now this all started because I saw a video on YouTube showcasing this. Now this is a scalpel holder for the Leatherman Wave series tool. So Wave, Charge, and so on. And this was designed so well, I really wanted to have one for myself that I could install into a Leatherman Wave or Charge. Maybe even my Charge G10, that's what I was thinking I'd probably do. And I really like the design. So I will link to his video and where I basically found his stuff, including his website. But this is basically something that I will be playing with in the near future. So that's really cool. But not all of his tools require you to disassemble. In fact, I think everything else on the table is basically, actually that's not true, but most of the things on the table that are left here allow you to basically use what you already have, and then it just enhances it. So let's talk about some of them. So this first one right here is just an add-on to the Leatherman Skeletool. So you have a hammering end along with a thumb stud for the Skeletool. So it's just an inexpensive thing that you can use to kind of expand on the usefulness of that tool. So we'll be installing that at a later time. And I think the one thing that caught my eye immediately, and I knew I had to have, is this. So this is one of two different designs, which is a pen that allows you to use the bit extender kind of in your pocket as a screwdriver independently, but also sort of as storage for multiple bits. So check this out. So there's two different variations. The shorter one is designed for the new model, which has a longer section here and uses a magnet, and this is for the old design. So I have an old design extender right here, which has the collar on the inside. So we'll be showing you how we install that. So basically, you take this here and you move it around till you get the line lined up, and then you push it all the way in, like you can see. Now the tail gives some magnetic attachments, but take a look at this. If I take a bit, I can actually insert it here. It goes in all the way and is very strong. And then I can cover the cap, so I have a spare bit right there. Now on the other side, look, I still have a second piece right here. If I take a second bit, install it into the extender, I can actually use this, which slots pretty strongly around that other bit. And now I have two bits and the extender in a pen format. So that's not going anywhere, that's not going anywhere, and this can go directly in my pocket and be a perfect complement to any Leatherman. So with two bits, in addition to what you have on the Leatherman itself, you have a screwdriver in your pocket that is in the pen shape, right? Uses the extender and is ready to rock and roll. Although it does hold a little strongly in these caps, which probably isn't a bad thing. So you're ready to use this, you can just rotate it. It's actually pretty grippy. I'm not sure what the material is, but it is pretty grippy. And then, yeah, just cover it back up and you're ready to rock. And I think it's probably strong enough to even use like this, because the amount of strength you have in your hands, you're probably not breaking the plastic. If you apply like leverage and you grab something and rotate it, yeah, maybe you'll break the plastic. But I think it's actually been a pretty damn good design. What do you guys think? And check this out. It fits perfectly in this 3D printed case. I mean, that's just fancy. I don't even know if we needed to do that, but I greatly appreciate it. So thank you for that. That is awesome. And this, like I said, is for the new design with the magnet, which is probably the one I have to order now because, you know, got to have that. All right. What are the things they got here? So check this out. So you ever had the annoyance of you have a bit driver, like let's say you have a Leatherman curl, right? It doesn't have a micro bit driver. But if you get this, you have a little holder for the micro bit. So check this out. This little area in the front. Slot this in. Boom. And this is just the right length to fit, into a bit case. So it'll still work in there, and now you have your micro bit holder. How freaking cool is that? And yeah, you could combine it, in fact, with the screwdrivers here, and you could have your micro bit on one side, and you could have a regular on your, regular double-sided bit on the other. I mean, how long did it take? You know what? Maybe I'm glad Leatherman didn't do this, because they probably would have just messed it up. I don't know. But all I know is these are great ideas that should have been implemented a long time ago. Oh, yeah. So check this out. Check this out. I got 2 of these, and I'll show you why. These are ferrocerium rods with magnets installed in these little plastic holders. So what is that for? Check this out. So we have the Leatherman arc, and right underneath, you'll notice, look at all that space underneath the scissor. If I take one of these, I can just literally just put it into that corner, all the way in, drop it, and boom. Now I have a ferrocerium rod into my Leatherman arc. It functions just fine, no issues whatsoever. In fact, I'm going to, since I'm at it, I might as well install it on both my free P4 and that one. So we'll open up the free P4, same thing, drop that in, boom, and it'll work on the free P2 as well. So there you go. I mean, it's just like strictly better, right? And that's not the only thing that you can fit in that slot. So I have some other add-ons that I got as well. So one can use a tweezer right here, and the other one is the carbide scribe. So someone out there, I know they use a carbide scribe, right? That's a really cool add-on as well. So those are some great additions. And you saw how easy. You just drag and drop. That doesn't affect the warranty or anything, right? Like, these are just such good ideas. Here's another one that doesn't require any major changes. These are for the Leatherman Signal. And I will be doing a video on all kinds of modifications, but this is some good ones. So this one carries a Leatherman bit and also has a Victorinox tweezer. That's a nice combo. Or I guess you could use a toothpick or a ferrocerium rod or whatever. But this also has slots for an additional bit. So instead of the sharpener and the whistle, you can have 2 additional bits and the tweezers. Gotta love that case. Check this thing out. It's just unnecessary, but awesome. I just love that. It's like a little matchbox. Anyway, great design. Definitely looking forward to playing with that. What else we got here? Thumb studs. I believe these are for the free P4. Yeah, P2, P4, and the Mutt. And then I think the last thing we have here are some thumb studs for the Leatherman Wave. Now, I don't usually like thumb studs on the multi-tools because I think it cuts down on the usable length of the blade. But come on, I mean, this is some great design, right? Now, they also, these are just some extra components that he threw along, so I appreciate that. So extra magnets, cap, and pocket clip. So all that's great, but this is the kind of stuff that I love. I mean, there's just so much out there that can enhance the tool, and it should be done by the companies that make them, but hey, it's an opportunity for some entrepreneur to be able to create something unique and interesting and fills a specific problem, like, right, basically covers a certain problem. I didn't realize how easy it would be, and I feel silly for not realizing just how much space is present underneath that scissor, but look at how much you have available to you. That's just, there's a lot of real estate there for potentially add-ons like this ferrocerium rod or the carbide scribe. I don't know which one I like. I think I'm probably just going to keep the ferro rod in there just because it seems like a free addition that maybe comes in handy in an emergency. It doesn't require me to carry anything else. So yeah, that's a winner. That's an easy one. And they weren't very expensive either. That's what really surprises me, is that the prices were very reasonable. Even the 3D printed component, which I know he purchased directly and then finished himself, essentially, he's not charging himself for labor, right? That's the only way he could sell this stuff so cheap. Or like, look at the presentation, a 3D printed box that snaps in. This is someone who clearly takes pride in his work. I will leave you a link to the website where I bought all this stuff. honestly, everything here looks awesome. And I'll probably never use the thumb studs, so I'll probably end up giving those away. But other than that, everything else I'm absolutely going to play with and use in the future. I'll probably get a couple more of these little micro bits just because they're super like convenient to be able to utilize that small bit in just about any tool. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you today. I'm curious to see what you think. This is the website. I will be linking it down below. KristenVanPatten.com. And yeah, not much more to say. Another awesome maker in the community. You can't go wrong patronizing people who are this inventive, right? Anyway, as always, thank you so much for your time, and we'll talk again soon.